just playing, y'all. What's going on?
How's it going?
Good morning, good evening,
good afternoon, maybe?
Good afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Yeah, what's going on? Man,
how's everybody?
Congrats to your Canadians, man. They they won the first game. I was screaming.
Yeah, it's a long uphill battle, but at least they won one. That's all.
You know what? Say, right? I did not want to see a sweep. I didn't want to see a sweep.
Yeah, but it was a fantastic game, except for the first 10 minutes of the first period. They were like Tampa was just blowing them away there.
Tampa almost got a goal. They almost got a goal, man. That puck, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but the puck hit the goal and bounced off. I threw my drink down. I was like, no. But
it's all good.
It's all good. What's going on, SPG and Paul? Once again, you guys did such a fantastic job. Okay, well, SPG, you did such a fantastic job. Had to bring you guys back on.
Hey, well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And Paul will be with us again here in a moment, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, things are going on. Well, guys, if you guys didn't know, but July 1st, we did get they did send out 2 games that are coming out for the summertime. Let's see. Let's see. You want to bring that up on the screen for me, SPG?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's bring this on.
Because this is what you wanted to look at, correct?
Yes, sir. Just want to talk about it real quick.
It's fantastic. I'm very excited for Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4 is awesome. I like that you have the 4-player local co-op and it's 2-player online multiplayer as well. So that looks like it's going to be awesome. And then looks like they've added some new features to it as well when it comes out on the 25th here.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, it says with new mechanics, hand-drawn visuals, and electrifying soundtrack to boot.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah,
that game is very colorful. I actually played it with my son on another platform. Can't wait to play it and try it again on Stadia. Darkwood, I've been looking at that game for the longest time, so I was very, very happy to see that it came to Stadia. So I'm definitely gonna pick that up and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are pretty good surprises. John, do we got any other surprises or anything that's coming up?
Not that I'm aware of. I know that today Ease is releasing. Ease 9 is coming out. So yeah, that's going to be a new release.
That's a Japanese role-playing game, guys.
Yeah, action RPG. We had 8 was I believe it was a pro game a couple of months ago. So that's coming out today, and from what I hear, it's supposed to drop in the Stadia store around 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that'd be about 11 Pacific, 10 Pacific, something like that, and 6 o'clock BST.
Gotcha. Somebody pop in here. Oh, that's Paul. Man, Paul. Darkwood, a new perspective on survival horror. Now that's a top down. It's dark. Just so you know, guys, it's dark. You're going to be just walking into dark areas. And then when the dark reveals, there's going to be monsters and zombies and all kinds of weird stuff. So I've seen some video on it. I am very, very, very excited and very excited.
That's good. I'm wondering if that's going to release either in August or September, or I'm not sure. I don't think it's this month since they probably would have put a date. I'm wondering if it's August or September. I mean, because it says summer. So
I'm going to say August because August is more of summer.
Yeah,
than September would be. So I'm going to say August.
Yeah, that looks. It sounds interesting. I personally myself haven't saw any gameplay footage of it, but just by reading the description there, it does sound interesting, and would definitely give it a try here.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by the by day explore the randomly generated ever sinister woods, scavenge for materials, craft weapons, and discover new secrets. By night, find shelter, create barricades, and set up traps. Hide or defend yourself from the horrors that lurk in the dark. I haven't seen anything about the game visually, but that sounds very fun and intriguing to me.
All right, I'm going to take this off because I want to talk about the hottest game right now on Stadia, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. How the hell? Who ain't played Siege?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now SPG shot me in the back of the head. All right, so I'm going to tell you people, please do not shoot your teammates in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Do not set explosives near your teammates. And then
these are all lessons learned.
And for you noobs, if your teammate is shooting a gun with bullets shooting out, do not run in front of the line of fire.
Yes, because as your body may be able to take 4 or 5 shots, your head takes 1. So,
Yeah.
man, I am loving it on Stadia. And I played on other platforms. Damn it, if it's so much better. My opinion, folks, I think it's so much better on Stadia because I can go on my desktop, my Chromebook, and then on the big screen and instantly and just oh my god, it just
and there's even a lot of big Siege players that usually play on PC are mentioning Stadia version as well as a way to stop the cheating that you see on PC there. So that's it's definitely caused a stir and a positive note for Stadia in the media there. So hopefully that trend keeps on going. But yeah, it's super addicting. I know I played with SPG and you, Ray, and Paul as well, and it was just it's just so addicting to play. It's like, okay, one more game, and then you're like hours later and you're like, I was only gonna be one more game.
And it's so satisfying to be playing on Stadia with PC players and then see their PC name pop up. Hey, they got banned for cheating.
Hey,
I appreciate seeing that.
Shout out to Unitrix, Dre. Oh my god, those guys.
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
I can't forget Alex. Those guys. They're the ones that can ease their gun around the corner and shoot you right in the eyeball, and
they can tilt their gun and they can shoot through a crack. And not only that, I don't know, the game on Stadia, it runs like butter. It's smooth. It's fantastic. And it's so much fun to have 5 and 5. If you're over level 5, you can do custom matches with just your friends. That is extremely fun. Yes. But there is so much to learn in the game. It's not something you're going to pick up and be amazing at right away. You can be good at shooting, but there's a lot of different mechanics and then inner squad mechanics that really make a difference. Exactly. I am loving the game.
So remember, guys, if you want to play like certain PV team versus team, you have to level up to level 5 to even start doing the team versus teams. And then I wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite operators? Me, man, I there's so many, but I love Blackbeard. That's my go-to guy. Plus, he's from the United States. That's my go-to guy.
Well, following in that tradition, Buck for me, I've kind of started with Buck since he's Canadian out of Quebec. And I've dabbled in a couple of the other operators, but I keep coming back to Buck.
I would see you with Buck, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people using Buck. What about you, Paul?
Mirror. Mirror's my favorite.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and I just opened him up, but I don't know his name, darn it. He has a marksman rifle, and he is badass. I like him. I don't know his name, though. But I do know Buck's name. Buck is one of my favorites as well. Yeah. But I thought his name was Dan. So there's a learning curve.
Well, the thing with Blackbeard, man, when he has his gun, he actually can hook a shield onto the gun, and I like to like blow a hole in a wall and put it right up there, and then and just take out people. But man, I'm still learning, man. There's so many. Oh my god, There's so many
fun.
guys.
Yeah, it's so fun. So I just recently reached level 10, and I don't know if it's after you get to level 10, but I started to play new maps. Like I had never before gotten to. There was a ship that was in in ice.
Yes.
That was like crash. I had never played that before in all the games before. So I don't know. Is that something that
I
new
actually
stages open up?
I just hit level 10 last night, but I was on it's the yacht in the ice. I played that earlier.
Oh,
I played
really?
that earlier.
Really?
Yeah. But that's one of my favorite favorite maps.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think when you reach level 10, you can do like unranked matches, and I think if you do that has like more maps and stuff.
Oh, okay. So that's what it is. So that's okay. But yeah, definitely. It's so even if I get my ass handed to me every time, it's it's still fun. The odd occasion I'll get that kill at the end just by sheer luck. But it's so fun, and just even watching what other people do in the game, you kind of learn from that as well, and take.
I'm learning their tendencies, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, this is what he does, and this is what he does.
If you watch a competent player like Alex run around, and you watch his squad and their mechanics when he's playing with a group that he's good with, it just shows you how incompetent I am at the game. Like watching their skills, man, it really is. They can shoot through a crack in the door, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, and always follow at a little distance, because when the gunfire's going, you just haul out.
All right,
haul butt out of there.
So I have refreshed the blog. You guys seen anything?
Let's see here. I'm saying they may not have a blog since 4th of July there, but I was hoping that maybe since Ease is coming out today that they would have something, at least a blog post on that, but I don't see anything yet.
Okay, let's see. And that's all right. I mean, they came out with.
Well, I personally think that Siege is one of the best things that's happened to Stadia. I'm enjoying that very much. Now, maybe if Call of Duty came, I wouldn't enjoy Call of Duty as much. But I'm telling you, it's remarkable. I've played with a whole lot of PC players. I played with a whole lot of Stadia players, and everybody just has a great time playing that game.
I just saw something in the Stadia store that's come out, but the price is very shocking.
Are we talking? Is it the RPG?
No, it's Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
Oh, Bloodstained is out.
Yeah, but it's £60 for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, SPG, can you pull up anything on Bloodstains? And I'm not talking no shirt with Bloodstains. I'm talking about the game with Bloodstains.
Where should I look for that? On the store? Bring up the store?
You can bring up the store if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ray, I heard that you make a cameo in Siege there on the wall on one of the maps.
You know what? Whoever said that, man, you know what? That is not me. Okay.
I love that. I remember when we were playing, and you're like, and that is not me on the wall.
That is not me on the wall. Dang it.
I love that. I love it.
All right, so guys, we got a game in the store, Bloodstains, $60 though. But hey, whoa!
Hold on, I'm gonna play the video. Let me read the description real quick.
Thank you, I appreciate it, brother.
Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night is a gothic horror action side-scrolling RPG set in the 18th century England. A paranormal force has summoned a demon-infested castle, revealing crystal shards infused with tremendous magical power. Play as Miriam, an orphan scarred by an alchemist's curse, which slowly crystallizes her body. To save humanity and herself in the process, Miriam must fight through the castle and defeat the summoner, Gibble. Collect and craft, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there you go, Ray.
All right, can you go ahead and play that video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And kids, it does have partial nudity, so close your eyes. Oh my God, it's $72 in Sweden. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got some amazing animations and art, though.
The game's amazing, but I don't know why it's like £60 when it's £35 everywhere else.
It better be. It better be a very long game with a lot of stuff on it.
It's $78.99 here in Canada.
Okay, well,
so that's $1 cheaper than regular new games when they come out.
Wow.
So yeah, that's very surprising that the
Hopefully
price.
It's a mistake.
Well, you guys, you know how Stadia does, though. Stadia has a lot of sales. If you guys want to wait, I'm pretty sure this will probably be on sale. But damn, look at all the awards.
Yeah, the art looks amazing.
It's highly rated.
Yes, it's a good game.
A good game. It's just that it's so strange that it's coming out at pretty much a full.
Yeah, because I don't think it's got any DLC with it, has it?
Gotcha. I'm gonna get this out.
Yeah, see if it has.
Nope, just the game. It looks like.
Yeah, what extra DLC? Wow. Yeah.
Well, let me get this. Get that out of here. It's like I'm not. You can't remove me. All right. Okay. Well, that is amazing. Well, guys, we do have a special treat for you today, and it's coming. Just hold on. I just got to talk. Just got to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, a special guest coming to world premiere. World premiere. Some new information and footage of Death Carnival. So that's very exciting. It's Herbert from Furyion Games, director over at Furyion Games, and spoke with him on my YouTube channel a couple of months ago and got super excited about Death Carnival. And he really revealed like a lot of details and told us, what they're doing to make the game so that it's fair. It's cross-platform, cross-progression. It's pretty much going to be on all platforms, even mobile as well. And they're hard at work on getting that game, building the game. And there's a story mode, and there's also a PvP. And once Herbert comes on here, he'll be able to tell us all about the game, and we'll get to see the new footage here, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Gotcha. And I want to just pop up. I want to show something. Thank you, Clive. We love Clive, but look at here. The game development was led by former Castlevania series producer Koji Agarashi, and is considered a spiritual successor to the series. I hope I said his last name right. I probably butchered it, but thank you, Clive, for sharing that.
Yeah, you haven't played it.
Yeah, it is. And also, I see in the chat, Antonio,
all right,
a reminder about the Google Games Developer Summit that's happening next week, and on the second day, there's actually will be a Stadia keynote, so it's of some interest. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
hello,
and there we have it.
Herbert.
There's Herbert. Hey, Herbert, how are you?
Hello, Herbert. Thank you.
Good to be here.
Welcome
the
to
man
Rokk
of the hour.
Reveal. Yes.
This was supposed to be the back room. I didn't expect me to suddenly be live, but okay. I was gonna have a drink and get ready.
Hey, man, look, you go ahead, drink, feel comfortable. We are so happy that you are here with us. I'm gonna pass it on to you, John, with the introductions, and we do have a very special video, guys.
Yeah, definitely. So as I mentioned earlier, Herbert is the director over at Furyion Games, and they're away making Death Carnival. So I'll let Herbert talk, and you take the floor here and just let us know about Death Carnival and what's new since maybe last time we talked, or tell the people about the game for those that aren't sure. What is Death Carnival?
Okay. So at its core, Death Carnival is a top-down shooter. It's set in a dystopian, futuristic world where it's post World War III. The world basically collapsed into megacities, and corporations rule, kind of like now. But people fight for fame and fortune in this death arena called Death Carnival. It is a game show. People come for the prizes, for fame and fortune, and it's a title that's cross-platform, so you can have cross-play and you can have cross-progression. And it's even between controller and mouse and keyboard. We've been working really hard on making that work really well between controller versus keyboard and mouse.
That's awesome.
There's quite a lot to it, but at its core, it's a really easy to pick up arcade game, top down view. If you know how to play an arcade game, you know how to play Death Carnival. It's very easy to pick up, but also there is if you want to master it, it may take you a few months, maybe a few years.
So I know we were talking about earlier. There's can you touch upon a couple of the modes that are in the game?
Yeah, so we are actually quite ambitious with this. So first of all, at its core, really back in the day, we wanted to make a really solid arcade experience, and of course that means you have to have a strong single player. You have to have a lot of weapons, and we have that with a weapon socket system. But of course, like in the old arcade games, you have to have co-op. So we definitely have that as well. So online co-op with full cross-play on all the different platforms. And you have a lot of characters. I'm not going to give an exact number, but you have a lot of characters you can choose from, and each of them have its own unique main weapon, secondary weapon, and ultimate attack, kind of like if you were to play Marvel vs. Capcom, for example. And each of the characters have their own unique storyline that you play through. So you can play through a lot of difficulty levels and unique storylines for each character as well. And that's on the single player and story campaign side. And there's lots of content even coming planned after launch. Like our roadmap, it's insane for the game. Like we have years worth of stuff planned for the game. So with people's support, we want to just keep building upon this game and give a lot of value to people who support us. So that's a single player and co-op side. And there's also PvP. So PvP, we're doing something really, really special with PvP, which I cannot talk about. But it's super, super cool. It's such a massive thing that we have planned with the PvP that it'll take us maybe a year to finish talking about it. Like because we've been scheduling our marketing plans the last few weeks, and we're looking to schedule. This, instead of just like a launch thing, we're our marketing plan, in which we reveal all the different stuff that we have in store. It's going to take a year, or more, and that's just the first part of it. And so it's pretty crazy. So PvP, lots of cool stuff. But one thing I can say, it is very it's great for people who are looking to get into PvP, into esports, into PvP, and they're not one of the top 10 teams in the world. If they're not one of the top 50 people in the world, but they still want to get into PvP, they still want to get into esports, Death Carnival is what you should be looking at, because the whole game, whether it's support for streamers, support for gamers of all skill levels, support for people who aspire to be esports players, we're looking out for all of those people.
That's fantastic.
That's one of the core things.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
And different game modes, and of course we'll have a unlimited wave mode where you just keep going until you die. Because if we didn't have that mode, people would
that's what I'm looking.
riot.
That's what I'm looking for, is the waves.
Yeah.
Just keep killing and just death.
Yeah, I watched. I watched your previous interview with John, and you were discussing how PvP in the game is challenging and rewarding, and that you're a great guy in real life, but if we meet you out on that field of battle, it's not going to be nice.
oh yeah. Because we've been doing PvP testing, right? And this is what the footage you see in a bit. It's all about. When I'm in the game, when I'm outside of the game, I'm very nice. You know, I'll buy beers. You know, we'll play games, all that. But when I'm in the game, I'm gonna trash talk like nobody else.
we definitely got some trash talkers when it comes to multiplayer. So yeah, looking forward to that. So John, you was getting ready to say something. Anything you want to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say we're gonna let the Herbert take the floor here, and I don't know if we want to go ahead and show the footage, and maybe we can watch it, and then Herbert, whether you want to tell us, mention some things while we're watching it or after it, or we could watch it, watch it, talk about it, maybe watch it again, talk about it some more.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Why don't we watch it first, just so for people who are less familiar with the game, get an idea of what the PvP looks like currently in the alpha version.
All right, you got that audio hooked up on there for me, dude?
Yep.
All right, okay, guys, world premiere.
Yeah, world premiere. There it comes.
Oh. Yeah, the music is amazing.
So awesome.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, I got some questions of my own, but I'll let some of you guys start off. But holy cow.
I have a few right off the jump. What is that above their head that seems to be cycling? Is that like a roulette wheel of a power-up, or what is that exactly? Are they picking or stopping that from moving, or is it random? What is it doing?
It's, we call that the wheel of frenzy. And whenever, so there's also an excitement meter in PvP, and whenever you kill somebody, whenever you do some kind of destruction, that meter keeps adding up and up. When it gets to 100, the wheel of frenzy happens, and it can have a random effect that applies to everybody on the field, whether that is everybody's HP gets reduced to 1, or everybody get maxed armor, everybody gets slowed, or everybody's controls get reversed. It just gets chaotic when that happens.
One other question, and then I'll let other people ask. The PvP modes. How many people can be on the screen or can play together? Like 4-on-4, 2-on-2. What is it?
Right now, so I'm going to give a long game dev answer to this instead of just giving you a quick answer, because it might be interesting. So one of the things with top-down view is, especially for fast-paced game, and again with lots of bullets, as you saw, it's difficult to fit too many into the same camera view because it's just chaotic. Like if you start fitting in a lot more people, you won't know what's going on. So we are progressively adding more people to our testing per screen to see how many people we can fit in before it gets to be too much. But in the video that you saw, it's 2-on-2. But I think with the way we've been doing our testing, the results from that, I think we can fit 3-on-3 or even 4-on-4. But we'll see. We'll see.
That's amazing.
Nice. Well, we got some questions out there. So let me first of all, I got to have Clive in here. He's like, who did the music?
We have somebody, our lead music guy, Thor. He's from Germany, and he's been in many metal bands. He looks like Thor in real life. I'm serious. It's crazy.
That's even more awesome, man.
Yeah, he's headbanging all the time, and he's in many metal bands, and he's amazing. He's amazing. He's even gonna have special songs where they come with metal lyrics as well. Lots of growling. Yeah.
So you one more. You may have answered this earlier, but so two people, two friends can co-op the main story all the way through as well.
Oh yeah, four people can play online co-op at the same time. Yeah.
Awesome. How many players per team, Max? And I think he just answered that for us. Let's see. What else do I have? Any other questions? Let's see. Don't be shy, guys. Come on.
Well, okay. I was gonna say while we were waiting, Herbert, is there anything specific that you'd like to tell us, about the video, or maybe the development, or things that you want to highlight that some people may not know?
I want to step back a little bit and talk about what the core of the game is. I think we did really a good job, with our team in terms of attracting really talented people onto our team now. Since day one, we've been progressively getting more and more people. But at its core, even as we add more people to the team, at its core, the game, it's all about the experience. It's all about the emotional. It's about the extreme adrenaline that you get from the game, whether it's the music, whether it's the fast-paced combat, in PvP or PvE. It's with the overpowered, ridiculous weapons that you see. It's all focused around giving everybody a really intense adrenaline-filled experience. What we found early on was, there's a lot of games where they have you go from low difficulty to high difficulty, but it's only really the high difficulty or the pro players, pro esports players, even in lots of esports games, that really feel the crazy intensity, right? And those are the videos that you love to watch, and those are the fights that you love to watch, because they can do crazy stuff with because they've been playing for so long. Maybe they play 10 hours a day, 16 hours a day. I played 16 hours a day of games back then.
Wow.
But so I think a lot of that experience I found with some games. I'm not going to say all games, because that's never the case. In some games, it's locked behind the people who play way too many hours of video games, and then they get that unique experience. So one of our challenges that we set for ourselves was, okay, how do we? I think there's an echo. How do we set it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna let's remove it.
Yep. Let's reshare the screen, Ray, without audio this time, so we can talk over it.
Exactly.
Yep. So we'll do that real quick, and then that'll be fixed.
You got people want to see it again. They want to see it again. So just want to give the people what they want. Yep. So we're gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that I want to emphasize was, we set out to create an experience, an intense experience that's not only accessible to the people who play 10 hours a day 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day. We want the intense experience, even for people who play on the lowest difficulty, or people only have 15 minutes, 30 minutes to play during the day. Maybe they're, the schedule is very busy. Maybe they have family, they have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. We wanted to really create an experience where even if you're that type of casual players or a pro player, you can all access that same level of adrenaline-filled experience, that intensity, that experience where you just always back for more. We've had a streamer before did one of our early alpha tests, and after the level, he had to take a break because it was overwhelming him with emotions and with adrenaline. He had to take a break from it. So that's the kind of experience that we're aiming for.
Hey, I wanted to ask, is that blue bar, is that your armor?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Got
and
it.
Then those little like fire marks that come around, is that a dash, or is that some kind of a your armor's taking damage or something? Like when you see the it looks like waves of right there where it looks like waves of fire coming off somebody.
That's the sword.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the sword, that's a secondary weapon, and all the secondary weapons have the ability to destroy bullets.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
I love those pontoon-sized guns. They look amazing.
That's probably the smallest ultimate attack we have in the game.
So Rokk wanted to ask, can you progress your characters with weapons, or are they random per game?
So depending on which character you choose, you have your own unique set of primary weapon, secondary weapon, and ultimate attack. And your variation of the dash. And you can customize your weapon with the weapon socket system. So you can fight a special boss, and you can unlock a special fire bullet. And so you do get drops as you progress through the game. And then you can collect all the different modules and ammo, and you can mix and match them. So it really customizes your experience. Because we found that, so yes, all our characters play differently. For example, this first character that you see now is a machine gun character. It's a very well-balanced character. You can do offense, you can do defense. It's a very well-balanced character. But there's going to be some characters who's really in your face. For example, we have a shotgun roller derby character, and she wields a sawed-off shotgun.
Oh my goodness.
And she has proximity mines stuffed into little bunny rabbit stuffed animals.
That sounds so amazing, man.
That is awesome.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We have let's see, a question for you. Let's see if I can go back. I think right here. What is your absolute favorite part of your job?
So I think I've been through, like, prior to game dev. I was in advertising for a full career, and that was hard. Like, advertising is hard. Like, you have insane hours. Like, you have to work. I've had stints where I've had to work over 24 hours nonstop on some rush projects, and the client is always right, and so it's not an easy field to get into on the agency side. And that made game dev seem easy by comparison. Game dev is insane. Like, you just work nonstop. Like, it's crazy hours, and it's so hard because there's not a lot of things. There's nobody that really teaches you. You really have to, have to kind of figure it out yourselves. A lot of people would not tell you all the tips and tricks because they want to keep it for themselves. It's a competitive advantage. Like, you just got to stumble along the way. I mean, so that's all the hard stuff. But despite all that, it's so fun. Like, this is this kind of game is a game that we're making to play with our friends, right? It's like the kind of game that, okay, if you're on a camping trip, if you were, just kids in school, you can. Some people like to make little games for friends to play with. This is the same thing. This is us making a game that we want to play ourselves with our friends. Like, I want to kick my friend's ass with this. I'm going to laugh about it, right? It's that's what's fun about it. It's just making games to play with friends.
That's awesome.
That is.
And you know what's awesome? If you notice in the video here, you can see there's like barrels and things like that you can destroy as well and that blow up. So I can see that as being part of like luring someone into like by a barrel or part of the environment and blowing it up and taking them out like that as well. That looks so awesome.
Gotcha. We got Anthony asked, "Do we have a date yet? Sorry, I'm late." And then Roger, of course. Can you talk about a release window?
Not yet.
Okay, there you go, guys. They really want this game. I really want to play this game.
I can say one thing though. So, we're spending the time that we need to do this right. I think a lot of games that have a significant single player and co-op portion of the game in terms of content. May spend less time on PvP, but we are dedicating a lot of time to our PvP. We're spending more than half a year dedicated to fully polishing and repolishing our PvP to make sure it's balanced between all different characters, to make sure it's fun, to make sure there's no blind spots where we are unbalanced. We're making sure we take the time to do it right, and we have full support from the entire team to make sure that happens. We're not rushed by anybody.
Are you still or are you inviting the Stadia player base to test the game?
Yeah, first we're doing the PvP testing first, just to make sure it runs well, make sure we all have all the features that we want. And then right after that, we'll be inviting Stadia testers to come in.
That's fantastic too.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Paul, you got any questions, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you had any hints or tips for when we get the game. Like what would be the best options in multiplayer? Any tricks you got?
I would say the game is designed to allow you to play however you want, because every single weapon, every single character is designed to be different in terms of the personality of the gamer. What I mean by that is when we were doing we've been working on this game for many years, and through the course of it, we've tested with a lot of different characters, at least 10 different characters and 10 different weapons sets. And what we found was we were able to have different players fall in love with different characters. So it was not like, oh, everybody is just using the machine gun because that's the most powerful. No, we made sure that all the different weapons cater to different playstyle, whether you're aggressive, whether you are a sniper, whether you're a defensive character, whether you camper.
Sorry.
And so one thing, and that's a great point. I really want to focus on that because we don't like punishing players. That's not what we want to, like, we're never going to say you're playing it wrong. That's like, you should never say that. You should never ever say you're playing wrong. It's because it's always the fault of the game designers if you're playing it wrong, right? So if you like to camp, go ahead. But we're going to try to balance it in such a way that you can camp all you want, but we're going to make it balanced in terms of camping. If that's your style, fine. We'll cater to campers. We'll fully allow you to camp all you want, but we're going to make it balanced so you don't have an unfair advantage over others who do not camp.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I could see myself hanging over at Galaxy Burgers, hiding in the back alley.
That's fine.
And one of the things, if I can just say something here, one of the things that Herbert said that really touched or hit home with me is that you can play it however you want. To tell someone that you're playing the game wrong, that's wrong. Everyone plays the game, their own way or their own style. So that's really refreshing to hear that you guys are really catering to all types of players. And like you said, you can't play the game wrong. It's how you want to play.
Yeah.
Rokk, want to know: are there any Stadia only features, or is that something you could talk about right now?
Yeah, I mean there is Stadia only features because there's only things that's possible in Stadia. Like all the single click gameplay that's been released from Stadia features these days. I mean, none of the other platforms can really do it as well as Stadia does. So there's a lot of Stadia only features. That's only possible because of how Stadia is as a product.
Wow. Go ahead, John.
Oh no! I'm
Another
okay.
question.
Paul's got something to say.
Yeah, you know the multiplayer, like in the map. Is there any like secrets, like secret guns and stuff like that?
So there's no secret. So okay, perhaps I'll answer another question first, which is, can you change your weapon in the level? So you cannot change your primary, secondary, ultimates, or your pre-configured loadout. Okay, because you select your ammo and you select your weapon module and you select your character and set of weapons before each level starts, and you can change it in between levels. And those are the permanent upgrades that you collect over time. But because of our flexible weapon socket system, there's also temporary weapon modules that you can pick up in the level itself, and they all stack, they all combine with your loadout. So what it means is, if you have a loadout that gives you spread, that gives you maybe 2 more bullets, 3 more bullets in the spread, and you also pick up an additional spread inside the game as a temporary pickup, you can have a massive fireworks display constantly. Man. It gets pretty crazy.
Man. I have a question. John was mentioning the barrels, but I've been paying attention to the environment. Looks like a lot of machinery and stuff. Is there stuff that we can trigger inside the level to like turn on or do anything like that to cause a bad time for somebody across the room that's trying to duck away from you or anything?
Yeah, we have a lot of different traps. We have a lot of different traps, a lot of different mechanics that's going to harm the players. So you can expect a lot of that. Like it's, I mean, I love a good troll in terms of gameplay. So we even have, for example, this thing which is this poison where if you get this poison. And this even works in co-op. So if you get this poison and you touch another co-op player, which you cannot kill directly, but you can touch them, and then at the end of the timer, they'll blow up along with you as well.
Wow.
Man, that's cool.
Dude, it's like I'm watching it. It's like dancing, it's like a battle dance, with guns and twirl around, you can have your friend come and help you out. I can't wait. I am so pumped up for this.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
What was your inspiration for the game? If there was anything that really drove the development forward, I guess.
I think back in the old arcade days, and I certainly see there's more of a revival these days with these kind of classic combat. But I think there's back in the day when there's Contra, Smash TV, even Bomberman, and then you combine that with games like Doom, like Quake, like Duke Nukem. I think it's all the different games combined together, but simplified. Packaged in such a way where we find, okay, what's going to be fun in an arcade game type of package. And that's not going to overcomplicate the game, where we can control all the different elements, all the different game mechanics with a simplistic control system, so that you don't have to memorize 10 different buttons or swipes or controls combinations.
Let's see. DRE Gaming. Crowd playing choice would be an idea for this game. What's the most comical weapon at your disposal?
Yeah, so there is definitely a voting system, and the voting system is for sure going to be on Stadia, but it's also going to be on other platforms as well. And it's quite evolving. There's a lot to it. I can give slight sneak preview. So we have small effects that happens and also large effects that happen, and you can really troll the streamer. We've actually
wonderful.
Can't wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, one thing I do want to mention is, yes, you can troll the streamer, and we've experimented with all that. Because I mean, like when I go on streams, I like to troll people, but I mean, in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Not to get banned with.
Yeah.
But you know, I when they have like penalties to the streamers and do all stuff, you know, I always participate. So we have a lot of interesting planned, and we also have things that directly impact the game. But you know, despite all the different effects that can happen, large and small, we always make sure that it's manageable, that it's not going to overwhelm the streamer, that it's not going to just ruin the game. I mean, you must have seen some games do that, where you just flood the game with some enemies or something, and it just ruins it, and the streamer end up not wanting to go into that mode ever again. So you know, we keep an eye on that to make sure we have a lot of elements, a lot of game mechanics integrated to make sure that never ever happens.
Awesome.
So excited for this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm looking at the video and I'm getting super pumped, man. I love the when the bullets spread out. I mean, how can you stop that?
Well, you know, I'm anticipating, cross my fingers, get an invite to the testing, because I think it looks amazing. I can't wait to join in on the fun.
Go ahead.
And there's one thing, when you're looking at the video, it seems like it's very fast, and that was actually one of the concerns that we had, because we did our single player testing first, and then we had to do our PvP testing, online PvP testing.
Nice.
And what was interesting was we were a bit worried at first that, okay, this plays great as single player as a you know, versus enemies, but how does that speed, how does that intensity play in PvP? Because a lot of PvP games are much more slowed down.
Yeah.
And when we did our testing, we were pleasantly surprised. Somehow, the human brain kind of adapts to the speed of it, whether in single player or PvP, and it doesn't seem that fast when you're playing it. That's the crazy thing. Like, it just, we've had people who don't even play action games, who may only play games like Farmsville or Sims, and they can play Death Carnival just fine, which is great. I mean, it was a lot of I think it's due to the simplicity of the controls. You know, it's about not having to read a manual to know how to play the game. Like, if you know how to play in a simple arcade control game, you know how to play this, and it's not going to be too fast for you. We were purposely playing with people who had 200 plus ping, because that's a lot. 200 plus ping for any PvP game, and I think it's because it's top-down view. They had no trouble with it at all.
Oh wow,
nice. Oh my God! Look, you can blow up the canisters, man. Like, they show you like lit up canisters. I'm already thinking strategy in my mind. Like, if I was playing John, I would definitely want to blow a canister in his face right now.
Well, I can't wait till we play as a team, so I can infect you with that one thing Herbert was talking about, so we both die at the end.
So what you're seeing right now, it's only one single character, right? But as we add more characters, you know, as we add 5, as we add 10, etc., it's going to be more like Overwatch, where you each have really different gameplay mechanics for every different character and from weapons. Yeah.
Let's also talk. Look at the amazing illustrations in this game, man. Like the scenes.
The textures,
the detail of this game is freaking amazing.
The texture, detail, and the atmosphere, it just sucks you in. It really does. It makes me feel dirty. I need a shower. It's like looking at it, you know.
Well, dude, I mean, what is Kissy Pops and Galaxy Burgers, and I'm getting hungry too. Looking at the, you know, I want I got the munchies and I want to fight right now, man.
That's a hell of a combination.
I love the lighting in it. It's so, like you were mentioning, it's so atmospheric, and it definitely sets the mood there. And if you could see, look, one of the cameras looks like it's following you around with the light as you're moving around. Like the attention to detail there, those little things that are there. It's just
spot on, John.
Yeah, like
and look at all those little tiny moving parts.
Yeah,
you know, all
exactly.
those are rendered. It looks great.
Dude, look at the when you jump on the dash, you just go straight into it and just like give it to them more.
And I imagine when you have 3 or 4 people or three.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
doing
insane.
PvP. It's gonna be. There's a lot of particle effects going all over the place, I imagine.
Wow.
Yeah. So one of the things that we really focus on was, yes, we want to make a pretty game, but we also want to make sure that optimization is really well done. I mean, you know, even if it's on Stadia, even if it's on PC or on the phone, we have to make sure that it has to play very well on a full range of hardware. And I mean, I did a talk, I guess it's a month ago now at Nordic Game 2021, and where I did a talk about Unity optimizations and how to achieve really good optimizations, you know, with decent graphics. And so that's been a major focus for us. And we've been able to have this game run at high frames per second, even on really low end hardware. Like I'm talking about like laptops from 10 years ago, it can still run this game.
Wow.
Cool.
So you got Anthony, shout out to Anthony. He's saying, man, this is my most anticipated game. And
well, I just want to say, I think that's awesome that it can run on older hardware like that, because one thing about Stadia is it levels the playing field for hardware. So if it can play on older stuff, that means even more people can enjoy and play the game. So that's awesome.
Gotcha.
Well, the thing with Stadia is, yes, we'll be able to play it at a hard lock, 60 plus frames per second. And that's not going to be a problem at all. I think the main benefit for us is, as we go beyond the minimum frame rates, that means you can play it at a higher resolution, higher texture detail on Stadia, and it's gonna look beautiful because of that.
Amazing. I got Roger wanted to know any kind of vehicles in this game.
So we were gonna do it post-launch, but I think we might be able to sneak it in. It depends. Maybe at launch, or maybe 1 or 2 months after launch. But we want to. Have you played Metal Slug?
Yes.
So,
you're talking. Now you're talking.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
So right, Metal Slug. That's another one of the major inspiration for us, because in PvE we have our the boss itself. It's about the size of 1/3 to half the screen size, but the bosses of the world bosses, they're larger than the room. So they're room scale bosses, like Final Fantasy 14, which we love as well. Mm-hmm. So massive bosses, and of course in Metal Slug you also have these rideable mechs and tanks.
Yes.
So we definitely want all of that, because we want to play it. We want that for ourselves. So we're going to put stuff that we love into the game too.
Well, hearing that Metal Slug was an inspiration, I have to buy the game now, because Metal Slug is just amazing. So I have to get this. Yeah.
Well, see, man, that's another thing about this game. I mean, this reminds me of my childhood and what I'm doing right now. So, and a lot of the games that came out early in the days were the top-down games, guys. But now, just imagine with the detail, the graphics. I mean, look at the lights, the lasers, the weapons. Holy cow, man! I can't wait.
And the thing is, this is just alpha footage. I mean, I can't wait till the final game. It already looks amazing as it is, right?
5 on 5. What are we talking? 5 on 5 versus 5. Holy cow!
We're gonna try to fit as many people per team as possible. We're gonna see how we can get in terms of before it gets crazy.
So how many? I don't know what development cycle you're on or how it works, but how many builds of this game have you had? Hundreds, 20, 10? One.
Hundreds easily. Okay. I mean, even with map design, we've went through hundreds of different levels before. already that we created and we threw out, and we took it as a learning lesson.
Wow.
And we just to see what works really well in PvP, what works really well in PvE, and to have different mechanics for every single level. That's one of the goals that we want to strive for. Like in PvE, it's not about, okay, we'll just change the environment from lava to snow. No, that would suck, right? We don't want that. like every level should have its own dedicated, different thought process behind the design of it in terms of the gameplay. It's not about just reskinning stuff. That's not like the characters. Like it's not about reskinning characters. It's about uniquely different gameplay mechanics, about and different people, different personality, different gamers enjoying different levels more. Because, for example, maybe one level have a heavier puzzle element to it, where it makes it easier to pass if you're great at puzzle solving. You'd be like, okay, I kind of know the logic behind the puzzle. What if I did this? And then you have that aha moment, and you'd be like, wow, I just made the level so much easier to pass because I was smart enough to solve that puzzle. And then a second player would be like, wow, that's the hardest possible level, because he's just going straight ahead. That's the kind of person that, that he or she is. He's just going straight ahead and be like, oh, wow, this level is the hardest. And then, the other person, this friend, is just smirking because, no, I know the tricks of this.
Well, that's awesome to know that that you guys think of it in that way. I wish more developers did, because a lot of them do like to reskin and stuff. But yeah, that's just an amazing answer.
God, yeah, yes, it was.
We're building the game that we would love to play ourselves. That's what we're doing.
Man, this is like my roommates, in college. These are the games that we used to just like scream and play. I mean, shout out to Smash. I don't know if you got Smash TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at this is just bringing back old memories of my college days, playing it in my first apartment, playing with friends. Except this right here, folks, this is the real deal. This is, I mean, you got to pick this up. This is awesome.
I could just watch this video like all day long. I never get tired of just watching. There's always something new I find or see or something like that every time we watch it.
There's a you commented before that it was a bit like dancing, and I would agree with that, because a lot of we spent years working on the game control and the game and the how it feels. That was a big thing. Like we had really top players from other games helping us test the controls, and the main thing was, okay, does it feel perfect? Does it feel like there's no control, like bad control, that's stopping you from doing what you want? Like, what would you want your character to do? And we made sure that was the case. We made sure the dash feels great. We made sure you can dash and combine the dash with the speed pads in whatever way you want. Like, so you're fully free to combine it in different ways. So you can do like these crazy dash and speed pad and circling around combinations with your sword. Like, you can do a lot of different free movements. So just so that we don't control too much of how you want to play the game. You're free to play the game however you want. You can run through the level in PvE really quickly, or you can play it slow, or you can find all the secrets, because we have a lot of secrets hidden per level. For the people who love secrets, like we cater to people who love secrets too. So
nice.
Achievements and all that stuff. Like
oh man,
I have a question. Is it, well, I don't know if you've thought about it or if it's possible, but is there a way that you can have like a level editor for multiplayer so people can make their own maps? Or is that?
We experimented with that. We actually did a prototype of the level editor, and we found that it was too hard to do. It was too hard to do well enough to do what we want, because we started we did it at the same time as we were making the levels. We prototyped a level editor at the same time, and we found that we could not easily make a level editor that was able to have the level of detail for this particular game that would be required to have really good levels. Because the thing is, everything in this game, we want to make it easy to use. Yeah, we can make a really complicated level editor. Sure, that's not a problem. But the problem is, it's going to take too long to make a level. We don't want to, that's kind of antithesis to our personality for this particular game, which is very easy to pick up, very easy to play. If we ever make a level editor in the future, it has to be as easy as Mario Maker would be.
Yep.
And it's going to take a lot more effort.
Yeah, that would be a challenge in itself, I imagine.
For this type of game, yeah.
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 Wow.
Awesome. Any last words, guys? Anything you want to say?
I'm
just super excited.
Yeah. Take my money now.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm sold.
Where do we send the money, Herbert? Do you have PayPal? Buy me a cup of coffee? Kickstarter? I don't know.
How many? Here's one more question before we run out of time. Do you know how many people signed up for the beta or the alpha testing for Stadia?
I actually haven't checked. I don't know, but I think we've been getting a really, really good welcome from the Stadia community. I mean, from Rokk, from everybody in the Stadia community has been fantastic. It's crazy. Like it's totally unexpected. I mean, it's great. It's great that, but it was totally unexpected. So that's why I've been so happy to join this kind of interview. Because the reception from Stadia has been overwhelming, and even from Google Stadia, obviously they give us a ton of support as well.
That's awesome.
Well, I just want to thank you for your passion, man, and your heart, your blood, your tears, your soul, and everything that you put in this. Thank you, and your crew and your team, because I love it, appreciate it, and thank you so much. That's like wow. I can't wait to play this. But thank you.
Oh. Yeah, so we do have, I'm going to answer that one. We do have character skins and unlocks and all that stuff as you progress, just to help support the game as well. We also have, we have weapon skins. We also have I guess I'm partially sorry to say, we do have dance emotes.
Whoa, you heard it here, folks.
Anybody want to do the dancing to do the motion capture?
Sure, right?
Whoa.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you,
So
thank
is there anything else you'd like to tell us, Herbert, that before we end here, or anything we didn't touch upon that you just want everyone to know about?
I think there's a lot to this game. I think we have a solid game going with within fine-tuning controls, and now we're spending even more time polishing the PvP. We're making sure every aspect of it it's great. We're making sure the security for the esports it's top notch. As good as any AAA games out there in terms of security, in terms of anti-cheating and all that. And there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to announce, a lot more to come. But and we're a studio that really listens to the community, because it's the community that has got us this far, and we'll never forget it. Like, we're even on our Discord. If you're part of the Discord community, we have a budget dedicated to give out stuff on Discord, just for our Discord fans, because they've been the people who have been with us since day one. So if you join our Discord, you're going to get some cool stuff going from that too.
Wow. Awesome. This is so fantastic.
Yeah. Are you anticipating, there's going to be just to let you know, there's going to be an awful lot of people within the Stadia community streaming your game.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to have some competitive elements, and there's a lot of competitive people in the Stadia community, so should be great.
I just want to say, if you're a streamer, if you love this game, it doesn't mean you have to have 1,000 people. We're very welcoming towards streamers of all sizes, and you see, we cannot talk too much about it yet. But stay tuned, because we have a lot of good stuff for streamers of all sizes. And if you want to do any kind of collab with us, just as a whole community, just on one-to-one or any kind of thing, reach out to us, on a Discord, on Twitter, and we're very friendly. We won't bite, and we'll be happy to do it.
Awesome. Well, guys, it is that time. I just thank you for the awesome video and for answering the questions. And once again, thank you for your passion of making awesome effing games.
That's so awesome. I really can't wait to play. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's on my way up on my list of I have to play that like as soon as it's out, and I hope so for you folks too. Where can they if they want to contact you and talk about Death Carnival, where can they find you at?
You can probably find me the most on Discord. The Discord link is discord.gg/DC.
Oh, that's nice and easy.
That is easy, folks.
So if people want to sign up for the beta as well, I saw there was a question there real quick. Where do they sign up, Herbert?
You can sign up on the website. It's deathcarnival.com. You can sign up on the website. You can hang out on our Discord. But really, I'm just gonna say this in my quiet voice. The best place is to hang out on our Discord, because you're gonna get first access to stuff.
Discord.
You can get
head your ass over to Discord now.
Right now.
You're gonna get freebies. Like, we're gonna give out like free hardware, free pizza, stuff like that. Just because you guys are our core fans. Like, if you're good enough to hang out with us on our Discord, yeah, we're gonna treat you right.
Wow, that is awesome. See the look on Ray's face when he heard that free pizza.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
John, where can people find you at, my friend?
Well, you can always hit me up at Twitter, _gaming, on YouTube, _gaming, and on the Best Buy Canada blog.bestbuy.ca.
Gotcha. And the wonderful SPG, where can we find you at, my friend?
On YouTube at Stadia Pro Gaming, and this Sunday at 2 p.m. CST, we're doing episode 6 of Retro Rewind. We're going to have a JRPG Kickstarter person on there, Mischief Maker, I believe, and should be a lot of fun.
Paul, where can we find you at, my friend?
You can find me on Mr. Baron Plays on Twitter, Mr. Baron Plays on YouTube, where tonight at 8 o'clock I'll be doing Last of Us 2 Part 3, and on Codex Entertainment's channel on Thursdays for Movie Talk.
Gotcha. I'm Ray3473. I am the gaming sideboard. You can catch me tomorrow on Cloud Station TV with Dr. Spaceman, Vet, and JD. Also with my man right here, SPG. We could do the Retro Rewind. It's going to be an awesome show. And then just catch me streaming on Twitter, guys. Ray3473. I'll announce when I'm streaming. Thank you, panel. Thank you, guests. Awesome. Death Carnival. You guys better get your ass over there, that Discord right now. All right, guys, we're going to end the show. Thank you so much, and everybody in the chat. Love you, appreciate you, and we're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was so